What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Donkeyboy and their 2009 album Caught in a Life. Thank you again to Henri. And the next track is Blade Running, which, as someone who was familiar with the 80s Blade Runner movie, I've not yet seen the more recent sequel. Nevertheless, my mind immediately goes there, as I imagine others might do as well. I do also think of the now, I think, quite infamous, not famous, but infamous. I think he was South American, but he was like an Olympic runner, and he had those prostheses attached to his legs. Again, he committed a heinous crime, so we won't talk about him. But yes, my mind goes to a couple different places. But I imagine the song will have nothing to do with either of those. If it does have to do with one of them, I would certainly guess the sci-fi franchise, and yet even then, I don't see that as particularly likely. But yeah, it's an interesting phrase if it's divorced from the sci-fi movie, and in that regard, I guess blades cut through air more readily than, let's say, human limbs, and thus blade running could be at an accelerated rate or in a manner that is not possible normally. Even then, I would expect that to be metaphorical or figurative. So yeah, it's a really interesting and striking title, but I have no idea where it's going to go, so let's see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Blade Running by Donkeyboy from their 2009 album Caught in a Life.
Master plan, what, when,
It's interesting. It's another quality song, well crafted. I like the alternating vocals, including or especially in the chorus, and I enjoy the sort of energetic guitar riff that is at the bass line of the tune, as well as this really like sweeping pad synth bass at the bottom. But especially, I enjoy that high, like plucked. I don't know if it was a guitar. It sounded like a plucked guitar. Maybe it's like a keyboard, but kind of has that plucked string quality. But yeah, that little high riff at the top of the track during a couple of the interlude sections. That was maybe my favorite sonic detail. But it's interesting because the tune sounds happy and energetic, but I think it's actually a sadder song. I mean, it sounds like it's a relationship or some endeavor that didn't work, and I think the narrator's saying, "I never got anything wrong until this happened," and it sounds like there was a again falling apart of whatever they envisioned, and it's not going to happen that way, and he's now saying he got it wrong, which could just mean like his prediction about what would happen, but it could also mean like he made mistakes, he engaged in actions or pushed things in a direction that didn't work out and caused this ultimate falling apart. So yeah, it sounds like things are being lamented, or saying he doesn't have time to fix it or to put it back in a good way, and he's now gotten something wrong. So yeah, it feels like the lyrics and themes are actually a bit melancholy, but it has that excuse me, interesting contrast, which there's some other groups like Dubstar is a duo that I've gone through where a lot of their tunes have this kind of happy, bright sound, and then you pay attention to the lyrics like, oh, that's actually very dark. So there's this weird tension in the tune, and this seemed to have that a little bit, though I don't know exactly the full narrative or scene painting details. But again, it sounds like a connection, a relationship, a group, or an endeavor that has fallen apart, and there's a bit of a lament about that, but also like recognition, including like responsibility taking recognition on the part of the narrator. So again, good vocals. I very much enjoy the vocals I've heard from this group so far, which again, it's like half an album at this point, but definitely compelling composition and arrangement of the track. So yeah, another cool one from this good album. Once again, shout out to Henri as well as to others who've taken an interest in this Donkeyboy journey, which again, when I first heard of them, it's like, oh, it's a funny sound or a funny name for a group, but they really do have a compelling sound, and I am enjoying my initial foray into their material. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.